Welcome to our YouTube channel. Evening all. This is Touch Gloves Boxing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours Truly Tre when you're ready. Yo, what's happening?
What you saying, cuz? You cool?
Yeah, man, all good, man, all good. Not too bad. Yourself?
Cuz, I'm not gonna lie, bros. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gassed right now. But obviously, obviously United are not in the best position. But other than that, that's why, you know what? That's why, cuz, man, I'm blessed, yeah, that we can just come here and talk boxing, man, because I could
Mm.
leave Manchester United behind and I could just get to boxing, man. And look, we saw a devastating knockout yesterday. Obviously, the show is regarding the news that the whole world has been waiting for, especially for the purists, the fans. This is going to be a major fight, especially in the women's scope for boxing, cause it's gonna happen. It's about to go down in the summer.
Mm.
Shields versus Marshall. Cause firstly, before we talk about the upcoming fight, which is obviously gonna be happening in the summer, how did you rate Marshall's performance yesterday in front of a home crowd? The knockout, like, what was your overall views about
Ah,
the
it was
fight
good.
itself?
Yeah, it was good. I liked her performance. She done really well. She done really well. I like her boxing style. Yeah, she done really well. Am I right in saying was a knockout? Was it on the second round or third round?
Yeah, it was the third, I believe. I believe
Yeah,
so. It's just so much going on in the fight, the night, like the knockout was just it was devastating. Did you clock as well that she was obviously fainting, she was coming in,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
and
yeah.
then obviously her opponent was trying to throw in that left hook, and then she caught her with her left hook just before
Hmm.
anything, man. So it just shows you how alert and alive she was, especially in that situation where she had to land that shot. But she's a heavy hand on though,
Of
man.
course, of
She's
course, of course. She's
some.
one of apparently she's the hardest hitting champion in her division.
Yep,
But
that's what they're saying.
if I'm honest with you, I haven't really seen much of her. I mean, I've already seen a few fights that she's been in, and I've
Mm,
also seen a few fights of Clarissa Shields. Obviously, Clarissa, she's probably got more of a bigger fan base, should I say,
of
than
course.
Savannah. But it will be interesting because before I was saying, oh yeah, Clarissa Shields is going to knock out Savannah. But if I'm honest with you, after yesterday's performance, I thought, oh, do you know what? Yeah, it's going to be a 50-50 fight because it's power vs. Would you say speed?
Yeah, yeah, of course. You would say
Yeah,
speed versus skill versus the boxer because
there you go.
she just brings a lot to the to,
See,
to the
we
table.
really don't know what to expect. But one thing Clarissa Shield did say was that she's willing to fight here in the UK. Obviously, it's going to happen in the UK, but she doesn't want it to be in Newcastle. She wants it to be in either Wembley or O2 Arena. In some way, it does kind of make sense because what she's saying is she don't want to be robbed.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it will be interesting just to see where the fight might take place. I've got a feeling it might be Manchester.
Ooh, that's
Mm.
you've gone completely left. Where do you think? Whereabouts in Manchester? What are you saying?
Where would fights take place in Manchester? Isn't it? Where
Oh,
Carmen Brook fought.
ooh,
So
that was a that was
that
that
could
was a
be. I mean,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
it's big. You know, it's big. I mean, well done to Boxer. To be hosting this big event.
Mm.
For I believe it'll be for the undisputed, right? So it's
Undisputed for all the
all
belts,
belts.
yeah,
So,
all the belts.
it's big. It's big. It's big. But it's 50-50. At this point, the fight can go either way. Either
It's a
way.
good
But
show.
I don't know because Shields she looks hungry and angry. So I don't know. I feel that Savannah she's playing good mind games, but she's just calm
Mm.
in it. But she's
Yeah, she's
like,
she's very. I
oh,
like it. I like how calm Savannah is.
mm,
I think that's part of her persona. She
yeah.
likes to just be calm and not really show too much emotion. But that's one of the reasons why I like Clarissa Shields, man. I like
Mm,
her a lot, man. Reason why I like her a lot is because she wears her heart on her sleeve. Like she's not being afraid to show her emotions and her
Mm,
frustrations. Do you know what I mean? Because she's done a lot for the sport in terms of, you know, especially for her country. In fact, she's won two gold medals. She's obviously come over to
mm,
London, won the gold medal then, and obviously she's gone to Brazil and winning it in 2016 as well. So that in itself just shows you that she's a champion because she's willing to travel wherever to show the world why she's the best, and that's why I respect her more for what she did, man. Because look, cuz let me just sort of break it down that when you look at Clarissa Shields' CV and you look at Savannah Marshall's sort of CV, in terms of their fighters
mm,
and in terms of what they've done in the sport,
mm.
Savannah is not on the level of Clarissa Shields in terms of what they've achieved in the sport itself. So, in a way, Clarissa Shields is the A side, but she's showing how much she wants this fight
Yeah, that's why she's willing to
for her
come
to come to the UK
backyard.
and
Yeah,
to and to promote it to us UK fans and just to show us that yo, I'm not all talk. Like she even said a funny thing over, I think it was an interview she was doing. Like she was saying that I'm like the candy man. Like call for me 3 times and I'll pop up and whip your ass. And that's what she did, man. She said, "Look, I'm here." So look, big up, Clarissa Shields, and look the history as well. Let me just let the people know the history behind these two. These two have fought in the past in amateur level.
mm,
Obviously, Savannah Marshall, she obviously won that fight. There's a specific picture which a lot of people know online when obviously her hands being raised and Shields' head is down. You
mm,
just know that this fight is personal. Obviously, yes, she's in. She don't need to avenge this loss. She doesn't need to.
mm,
But
mm,
the fighter and the competitive spirit in her is like, nah, I need to. I need to show the world that this woman is not on my level. But she keeps, you know, riding off that she beat me in the amateurs. Whereas we know, cause that the
yeah.
amateurs, pro
It's different
boxing
to pro
is
boxing. Yeah,
different.
definitely. It's different.
Exactly. So
So with this fight, am I right in saying is it going to be pay per view?
ooh, that's a question to ask, you know. We should even big up Salita Promotions. We should ask them. They're the ones obviously that manage Clarissa Shields and also Boxer, man. We should find out from them that yo, like, what's going on? Is this gonna be pay-per-view? Is this gonna
Because
be
the question was asked to
Ben?
Adam Smith,
Oh,
Sky Sports.
mm.
He wasn't too sure, so it really depends. I believe it. I
It
think it will
should.
do numbers.
I
It
think
would.
we'll do
If
numbers
they have
because
it
this is a big
in a big
fight.
O2 Arena or Manchester Arena.
You don't think could do Wembley?
When you say Wembley, right?
Hmm.
Are you talking about Wembley Arena or Wembley Stadium?
I'm talking about Wembley Stadium, cuz I'm talking about the big time, cuz the big time. This is potential because look, we've the way I see it, cuz, and look, this is why we've got the show so we could
Yeah.
have these sort of debates. The way I see it is we're seeing Serrano and Taylor at Madison Square Garden, and that's a big fight in women's boxing. So why
Mm,
can't the next biggest fight in women's boxing, and
mm.
arguably this could be big or even bigger than that? Why not do it
True.
in Wembley?
True.
Do it in Wembley. That'll be imagine just in the one calendar year we've
Yeah.
seen Taylor Serrano, and then we've also seen this fight as well. Like this massive, cuz massive.
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can see this fight still in that O2 Arena, and
Definitely.
again, and the undercard should be interesting as well. Because just trying to say something a bit. I
Yeah,
forgot
go
his
on.
name now. The guy
Who?
who wants to fight Amir Khan. He won yesterday.
Oh, you're talking about Florian Marku.
I would rather see him fight Chris Congo, and then the
Yeah,
winner of that challenge Amir Khan.
yeah. Bring it on. Yeah, man. That's what I want to see as well. But I don't
Mm.
think he wants it with Chris Congo because he would have used that platform to call
But
out Chris Congo, cuz
yeah, but 'cause, do you know what? It all comes down to
money.
money. Like
Yeah.
fighting Amir Khan, you're getting paid decent money.
But cause it just goes back to what we always talk about, cause like
Mm,
in our pods, cause like we
mm,
always talk about legacy or money. And clearly, if you're called, cuz look at what happened to Amir Khan in the last fight. Cuz like,
Mm,
why
mm.
would you wanna have like an ambition to fight that, bro? Like, come on, cuz. Even money or nothing, just out the ring. And I know he's obviously chasing the name, but like for me, in terms of if you're sort of serious about being a contender in the division, call out a Chris Congo. Call him out. Like, have these fights are more, in my opinion, more realistic for chasing legacies rather than chasing an Amir Khan. Who, come on, cuz look, no disrespect to Amir Khan. He's done a lot for the sport, silver medalist in the Olympics. He's obviously fought the best, and he's got a good CV of fighters that he's fought. And arguably his biggest win is Maidana, but he's coming up to the end of his career. And look, I don't see it being an interesting fight to watch, if I'm honest with you.
Um, yeah. Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, ideally, like I said, either him, Chris Congo, or him challenge Conor Ben.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You
So
absolutely know.
because at the end of the day, mate, like, look, boxers they need money in it. They want to get paid. And remember, the pandemic, it kind of had a knock on effect on their career. So
Mm.
going into big fights, if it makes sense for them financially, because like if he was to challenge someone like Amir Khan, if it was a big fight, he could potentially make a mil or just about. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Talking
it'll
about
be
that,
big. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how true it is. I heard
Mm.
Javante Davis and Floyd Mayweather's parted ways. He's no longer in contract with Mayweather,
Woo!
and
What
I don't
then?
know how true it is. It's
I
just
know, I know. It's what's going on in what's
mm.
floating around
So am I
online.
right in saying if that's the case, then so he can potentially challenge, anyone
Whoever,
for, yeah,
cause he could, like, let's hypothetically, he could be the one who fights for the undisputed title next after Cambosis Jr. and Haney. He could be the next fighter. He's got Ryan Garcia, who's also there. He can also fight a potential fight with Teofimo Lopez if you decide to want him to fight at that weight, or maybe they can fight at catch weight. Who knows?
mm,
Like, there's plenty of opportunities for Tank, and I feel that Tank will eventually end up in the welterweight division one way or another. Cause
really,
I think he's going to end up
what
there
welterweight?
eventually. Yeah, eventually, cause eventually. No, I'm not saying right now, but eventually in the next 2 to 3 years, I could see him going up to welterweight, man.
So, right, Tank's got a fight, I believe, in May.
Mm.
If he gets through his opponent, he should challenge Ryan Garcia. If he gets
Oh.
through Ryan Garcia, then the challenge, whoever is going to be the undisputed lightweight champion.
Mm.
And from there, if he wins the belts, then he could possibly move up to welterweight. But
Mm.
welterweight is
Crazy.
welterweight booming, because there's a lot of people in welterweight. There's people that we don't even know about, but welterweight is serious.
Yeah, yeah, the welterweight. That's why they call it the blue ribbon division, because it's packed. There's a lot of fighters, man, and even just speaking about the welterweight, cause it's 2 more weeks away from this mega showdown. In my opinion, my guy Spence. I like you guys as well. Like over the I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie. I like you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I
Mm,
like the guy.
mm,
I like the
mm,
guy. I
mm,
like what he represents for the sport.
mm.
But cause this is the unification. This is for
Yeah,
3 out of the 4 belts. Like, cause
yeah, full belts.
what are you saying? Cause like after just seeing sort of what's been happening in the build up, the press, what's going on online, like the interviews. Like, what's your overall thoughts? Like, are you still pretty confident with Junior to win this?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Errol Spence. It's weird because I was watching the All Access Showtime,
Nice, nice, nice.
and it's on YouTube, by the way. And I
Okay,
was
yeah, yeah.
watching the fight with Ugas and Manny Pacquiao,
Mm,
and it was interesting just to think like how he fought Manny Pacquiao. He can't fight Spence like that.
mm,
Spence is too smart. He's gonna have to do something something different, you know.
Mm.
But I don't know. I feel that you guys he's hungry, but Spence, obviously they call him the truth for a reason. So
It's called the. You know what? You know what title he has as well that people.
body
You know what
snatcher.
his original body snatcher? He's the original body snatcher. You know that from the
Mm,
amateurs. He's the original. He's the original body snatcher. And one thing that I like about Spence is he will work on the body. He breaks down
yeah.
fighters, man. He mixes it up. And one good thing about Spence as well, he's very efficient with the amount of punches that he throws in
Mm,
rounds as well. He doesn't sort of waste punches. He's very effective with his combinations, with his shots, the angles as well. The way he moves in the ring, cause I think for me, you're talking about the king of the division, in my opinion. I think he will be the man to lift all four belts eventually, man. He's the man. In my and it doesn't stop for here for him as well. He's going up, cuz. Wait, is he's going up. Watch. I'm telling you this, he's going up. He's
middleweight.
yeah, he's going up, cuz. He's going up. When Charlos obviously are done with the divisions, he's gonna go up, man. He's gonna go up. Watch.
Ooh. So we can see a potential fight between Spence and Canelo.
Cause we've said this before, I could see this happening. If there's anyone who can, beat Canelo, I think Errol Spence Jr. in the future.
Then
I'm
again,
talking about the future. It could happen.
yeah, but what about Crawford if he goes up?
Uh,
Crawford and Canelo.
I, can he go up that much though, Crawford? I don't know. The only reason I
Yeah,
think he's a bit not, he's a bit small in it. I'm just talking about when on a normal one, on a normal day, when Spencer's not training, he's about 175 anyway, like 175 cause. So if he sort of he's trimming down to 147. So imagine how much strain that is. He was only saying that he's found a routine and a sort of nutritionist now who can help him do that easily. You know what he used to do to lose weight? Put on those I don't know what you call them, but those, when it's hot and you've got like a sweat bag,
mm,
sweat jacket on. Do that, do miles, do sparring, and that's how you used to lose weight like that. And all the time, that's a
yeah, it's
bit much,
draining,
man.
draining. Yeah,
Draining, especially how you getting into the fights as well. How you feeling? Just draining
yeah.
out your body like that, man. And
Mm,
he's still doing what he's doing. So that's what I'm saying. Look out for how he's gonna be in this fight because he's changed his nutritionist, innit? He's done something a bit. Mm, so he
yeah,
might come a
we'll
bit
see.
stronger.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I could see this fight ending on points. Well, unless there's a knockout. But I
It
could
can
see it
happen.
going
It can
around.
happen.
I think it's like I said, watching the All Access.
Mm,
This fight, they're going to war. Like they are literally going to war because
mm.
you're like whoever becomes a champion, he's a belt away from unifying the whole division and then just closing the chapter and then move on or retire.
Definitely. And look, win, lose or draw. Like I would just like to say, win, lose or draw, Ugas is a extremely great man. I like what he represents outside the ring. Seems like a humble warrior, but when the gloves come on, he's ready to obviously do what he needs to do to win. And his story, whenever you just sort of think about his story, like how he came
Touching,
into
man.
the
Touching,
country, it's touching, man. So for him to just finally be a champion and to have these fights, these big unification bouts at the sort of Cowboy Stadium is going to be in it in Texas.
yeah. Yeah.
Massive, massive. Because I'm going to change subject a bit because we spoke about this off air. We
Yeah.
said this in a previous pod. You specifically said it in a previous pod because we grew up watching wrestling, WWE. What did we say about Logan Paul in the past? Like, I
Yeah,
want you
I
to
said I
sort of
can see him. He's more of a gimmick, a character, isn't it? He can be a WWE superstar. Probably the biggest one of the WWE's biggest superstar in the long run. I mean, look, I watched it yesterday. The Miz and Logan Paul.
Mad.
the Mysterio, so Rey Mysterio and his son. Obviously,
Wait,
Miz.
Rey Mysterio's son? That's how you
Yeah,
know I've not even watched wrestling in a
yeah.
minute. How old is his son? Like, is he a big man or
Like
something?
23 or
Mad.
25, no clue.
Mad. That's
But they
crazy.
won the fight. They won the fight,
Who,
and then
Logan Paul won?
yeah, Logan Paul and the Miz, and then the Miz attacked Logan Paul. But my point, what I'm trying to say
Oh
is
my
that
days.
he should just stick to wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's perfect. Because you see, you looked into the future, you said it, and it happened. And I had to mention that, man, because
Mm,
I just feel that our viewers just need to just understand how your mind works, and you just made a spot on call there, man.
mm.
Definitely, cuz, man. But you know what? Talking about returns, cuz we've been like no talking about WWE type of characters, cuz we're talking about the man, Big
Yeah.
Baby, Big Baby Miller.
Oh,
Cuz what did you see online, cuz man? What
yeah.
did you
So
see
apparently
online?
he's training with All Help and Fury in this camp. So that's interesting. I mean, it'll be
Man.
nice to see Miller back in action.
Mm.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Miller back in action because I know Miller. I know he wants to fight AJ.
I know I was
He
gonna say
wants to
that.
fight
He
AJ,
wants that.
but we
Them
did
two,
get
you know, it's
not
personal.
too sure because I just had a thought. I said to myself, if things didn't go plan, let's say AJ lost or drew, yeah,
Mm.
with Usyk, who would AJ fight next? The people I can see AJ fight next: Wilder,
Mm.
Dylan,
Mm.
or Miller. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is the only time because I can't. Let's just say, right, AJ fights Usyk, then fights winner of Tyson Fury and Dylan. I don't think AJ will give Miller an opportunity because he blew it. So I think Miller would have to work hard to get opportunity. But Miller's still in the mix. If Miller's back, Eddie Hearn should make Miller and Derek Chisora fight.
Uh,
Make it here in London.
cause this is why like what you're saying just speaks volumes. Like for me,
And like
Big Baby Miller's a character, and you're right. What was you gonna say, cuz?
with Wilder, the only big fight for him I can see, there's actually two in my eyes, AJ and Dylan.
Yep.
I can't really see Wilder fighting Andy Ruiz. If it happens, that'll be good.
Yep.
But I can't see that fight happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's looking
Yeah.
unlikely, man. And
Yeah.
obviously, big up Wilder anyway. Regardless, he's still, even despite him losing that fight against Fury, he's still one of the baddest men in the planet. That doesn't
Wilder
take away
should
his
come
title.
down here and fight in the UK. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, he needs to do
He
it.
fought it before in the past when he
Yeah,
fought Woodley, but he needs to
that
come here and
fight was
fight.
just.
So if he's gonna fight the likes of you know Dylan or AJ, it has to be here.
Would you put him in with the Juggernaut?
Ooh. Yes, I would, but I'm just thinking of it from a boxing point of view. Yeah,
Hmm.
you fighting the juggernaut, that's a big risk for you because you
Yeah,
lose, you're back down. But you fighting the
yeah.
likes of AJ, Dylan, you're still on the map. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's a big fight. It's a money fight.
Hmm.
So the only fight I could see Wilder fighting, if it was ever to happen, Triple D.
Daniel Dubois.
Mm,
Daniel Dubois. Yeah, he could get back
mm.
in the mix if with a devastating victory. Either fighters.
So another thing,
Mm,
I've been hearing, don't know how true this is,
mm.
Kell Brook and Eubank Jr. Is it going to happen, or are they just making noise?
Cause me personally, I think they're just making noise. Cause man,
Because
you know
somebody's saying they demanded 10 million.
who demanded 10 million?
I don't know. It's always that
Oh,
somebody.
cause for me, yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem with both fighters. So Eubank is a 160 fighter, right? He's middleweight.
Hmm.
Kell Brook can fight at 160, but he's saying that he's not gonna go up to 160. He wants them to sort of fight at catch weight at 155. Eubank is saying I'm not going lower than 60, like it's just 60 or nothing.
Mm.
Whereas Brooke on his end, he's saying I'm doing I want us to do a catch weight. What for me, like, Brooke, just retire, man. Like, if I don't know, man, I want him to just retire. I don't know what it is. Like, if, I know, like, I loved Special K, man, and I loved the way he ended his career. Like, not ended the way he ended. Not, he didn't even end Khan's career, but I liked the last fight against Khan, the
Mm.
way he knocked him out and won the fight. I just feel that when you're on the high, just bow out on the high, man. Like, I think just bow because he doesn't need to fight. What's the reason why are they
For a
gonna
few
fight, bro?
boxers, isn't it? You know, it's their job. That's all they know, really. Yeah, that's all they know, and it's hard to just walk away. Walk away, and then what? You get into trouble. You spend your money, and you're broke again. You know, so it's very difficult. It's very
Mm,
difficult. You know, it's very
mm,
difficult. But again, if that fight does happen, they need to hurry up because I
hurry
want to
up.
see Eubank back in a big fight. Um, I want to see Eubank and Billy Joe Saunders. But it's been nearly like it's coming up to nearly a year since we last saw Billy Joe Saunders.
My
You know,
boys,
I mean, he's okay, but
what's happening with Saunders? Anyway, is he all right?
last
Is
time
his
I
eye
remember,
good now?
he was doing a Netflix special, but comedy special, but I don't know how true that is.
Oh my days,
But
that's that's mad.
yeah, but just look, it's April, so we're not long until the big showdown. Not long until the big showdown. You know, Wembley Arena, here we come. Yeah, man, not long, not long.
Cuz, what do you think, man? What's
Do you know what?
what,
Every week I'll be saying my prediction, be saying this and that, but like
mm,
I said, I'm sitting behind the fence, and may the best man win, and it could potentially finish early. It won't go 12 round. If it
you don't
doesn't,
think so?
I can't personally see it going 12 round because do you know what? It depends on the fight, how the fight flows. If
Mm-hmm.
it's they're proper aggressive, whatnot, and because Fury said he's gonna put on 19 stones because that's his actual weight that he fights on. So
He's putting on
yeah,
19 stones.
well, that's what he said. I don't know,
Whoa, yo,
so
it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
and to be fair, his fitness is good. He can go for the whole 12 round. But again, I can't see it going. I'm saying my prediction probably 6 to 10, 6 to 10,
But you
six
don't
to
know.
10.
You're not going for a winner, though, innit?
Do you know what? I just don't know. I literally don't. I don't know.
It's one of
Um,
them ones, man. I
it's
know.
one
I
of them
know.
ones where
It's one of them ones, man.
it's
Literally.
like look, AJ Usyk. Again with that, it's who wants it more, and if your mind is there. Yeah. So
Mm,
because so many things is going on. Like Usyk's going through his own personal issues. So is AJ as well.
mm.
But it just comes down to.
Do you think that will affect Usyk for this fight?
It depends. Well, I suppose I'm
But
saying
when
yes,
I
yes and no.
ask, when I say affect, but I don't mean it in a sort of negative way, but it could also have a positive effect, mainly because he's
It could. I mean, because
yeah.
if you're going to camp here, you're locking yourself away from everything. Your focus,
Mm,
you know. So it's really down to them. It's down to the individual. So you will know from round one when the bell goes, yeah, who's going to come into the middle.
mm,
That's when you know. Okay, who's controlling this fight. You know,
mm.
there's a lot happening in boxing. There's literally a lot happening in boxing.
Bro,
There's a lot
it's
happening
it's
in boxing.
it's just
So
like I said last week, it's just
yeah, yeah, of
rising the
course, of course,
levels
of
in terms
course.
of the venues, the
Course,
events, like what the
course.
promoters are doing. Like
Mm,
I gotta just pick up all the promoters, man. They're doing a great job. My boxer Ben Shalom is doing a great job there. You got Eddie Hearn, obviously doing some great work with Matchroom, the Zone, that sort of stuff there.
mm,
And then cause like you got obviously Frank Warren doing his thing with Queensbury, and then
mm,
obviously you got Salita Promotions, who's obviously doing his thing with Clarissa Shields. Like doing having that sort of situation, bringing her to the UK and you know having
mm,
that sort of partnership with boxers as well. Like, cause this makes boxing big because we're seeing back-to-back major events, and this is what we
Ooh,
want to see as fans.
funny you say that.
Mm, mm.
Andrade is fighting, I think in May here
Yeah,
in the UK in Derby.
is he
Um,
fine in
yeah, I
May?
think he's moved up so to super middleweight. So
Oh
I'm assuming he's vacated his was it the IBF or IBO?
no, it was the
WBO.
WBO. WBO.
So if that belt's there, Chris or whoever, go and grab it.
That's what I'm. That's cause this is why, like, I'm just like, why are you wasting time going for Kell Brook? Like, whereas like you've got a potential championship to get him. Like, come on, like, this is
Yeah,
what it just goes to the point of money, legacy. What are you chasing?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you got a potential opportunity to fight for a world championship, like
Mm-mm.
let's say technically a proper one, because some people obviously remember Chris Eubank Jr. won the IBO world title, and people were putting him down for that, saying, "Oh, it's not the official registered. You know, it is a organization, but it's not the WBA, it's not the WBC, it's not the
Mm-mm.
IBF, it's not the WBO. It's that added extra one." So he's got
Mm-mm.
a chance now to go and get this WBO belt that Andrade's vacated, and he could make something happen. Cause, like, come on, like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, man. Not for real.
Forget Kell Brook. Like, Chris Eubank, if you ever see this, forget Kell Brook. Go chase legacy, man. There's a world
But
championship
who
available already.
who would he fight for that belt? And again, he obviously won't get paid 10 million.
Cause he won't be paid like that. But when you're a champion, like
No,
when you're
I
a
understand.
champion, you're
I
gonna get the
understand.
endorsements. You're gonna get the
Yeah,
commercial
listen,
partnerships
I know, I
with
know, I
different
know. I'm
people. You're
just saying,
gonna
like,
get all of that. Bigger picture.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
WrestleMania's on again today, bro.
yeah. I
You
heard
got
it was
Brock,
like a 2 day event. Like it
yeah,
was
yeah. You got Brock Lesnar, these Roman.
Roman
Yeah,
Reigns. Yeah, you know what? Cause
yeah.
I haven't watched wrestling in years, but I
Me
might
neither.
just check into that, man. No, the reason why I was sort of looking at this one is because, cause look, we grew up on him, and obviously before we obviously leave the show, man, we got to talk about the legend himself, the Undertaker, man. So just give me one of your sort of memories about the Undertaker, man. Like, what's your most iconic Undertaker moment, like, growing up, cause.
um, when Undertaker fought the fake Undertaker SummerSlam, I think it was
Oh man.
1996.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. It was time ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Undertaker v Yokozuna, Undertaker v Diesel, who we know as Kevin Nash,
Oh, trust, man. Yeah, yeah,
and
no.
Undertaker v Kane in WrestleMania's brother.
Oh, yeah, man. No, we've had some great moments, man. Like, remember some of his like buried alive matches, casket
Oh,
matches, like
Undertaker v Stone Cold, Buried Alive,
Stone
1998.
Cold.
Yeah,
Remember that. Remember there was one point where he was gonna marry Stephanie McMahon, and he had her in the cross,
yeah.
and Stone Cold had to. Cause we've had some craziness, man.
The
That's
show's
why
done.
the show's done. Look, man, look, I just wanted to use this platform to big up. What is his? What I don't know his actual name. The Undertaker's name is Mark Calloway. No, Mark
Yes,
Calloway. Obviously,
Mark
big up.
Side. Yeah.
Yeah, man, big up for obviously being inducted. He's a legend, and yeah, man, pleasure watching him growing up, man. So it's deserved. Yeah, cuz man, obviously we're coming up to the end of the show.
Mm,
What you saying, cuz? Like, how you gonna wrap this up for us?
mm. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This is Touch Glove Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge. I'm on Instagram as Biyenge. Um, my cousin, yours truly Trey, he's on Insta as yours truly Trey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you again next week. Take care.
Take care, big up.